again.
Calm down.
I don't want to go
Calm
to
down.
jail.
Your stomach.
Burlington Police Dispatch receives a call. We have a report of an active domestic assault in progress. Riverside Avenue, Cumberland Farms parking lot. The voice is tense, radio static crackles, and patrol cars respond with sirens blaring through the city streets. It is June 5th, 2024, at approximately 2:44 p.m. On screen, the date and location appear: Burlington, Vermont. The call is not firsthand. It comes from a third-party witness, someone who knows the victim, who says the assault is happening right there in the Cumberland Farms parking lot at 454 Riverside Avenue. Officers move quickly. Bodycam footage shows them stepping from their cruisers, questioning bystanders, scanning the lot for any sign of the suspect. The scene is tense but strangely quiet. The vehicle is gone. What the officers know is this: the suspect vehicle had already been flagged by Colchester police earlier that day. A be on the lookout, or BAL, had been circulated to neighboring agencies, warning that the driver was dangerous and likely to flee. This is not a cold lead. They already know the type of car they are looking for. Minutes later, the search takes them to the rear parking lot of a Domino's Pizza. A vehicle sits there, partially hidden from the road. Officers move in, weapons drawn low, shouting commands. "Step out of the car! Let me see your hands!" The driver does not comply. Instead, he suddenly moves. The engine roars. He throws himself into the driver's seat, slams the car into gear, and speeds off. Tires squeal on the asphalt as the vehicle rockets toward the exit. Officers scatter out of the way. As the car bursts from the lot, it nearly collides head-on with a marked cruiser, entering with its blue lights flashing. The officer inside slams the brakes and swerves hard, just barely avoiding disaster. The suspect misses him by feet. From that moment, it's a chase. Bodycam and dashcam footage show the suspect weaving wildly through Burlington streets, ignoring red lights, accelerating past cars, darting between lanes. Radio traffic spikes. Suspect vehicle fleeing Domino's Pizza, heading northbound, high rate of speed. The city blurs by in the background. Officers know they are in a dangerous pursuit, one that could end at any second in a crash, a collision, or worse. And then it does. At a traffic light ahead, cars are stopped, commuters waiting for the signal to change. The suspect makes no attempt to slow. His vehicle slams into the line of cars with a deafening crash. Bodycams catch officers running toward the wreckage. Smoke rises from the crumpled hood. The sound of twisted metal fills the air. The driver's door opens. A man steps out, not with empty hands, but gripping a hammer. He ignores the shouting officers, their commands echoing. "Drop the weapon! Drop it now!" He doesn't. Instead, he begins moving away. The chase is not over. Thomas Burke, 41 years old, flees the wreckage. The hammer gleams in his hand as he runs, cutting through backyards and narrow alleys behind residential buildings. Officers give chase. Body cam footage is shaky now, bouncing with each stride. The sounds of boots hitting pavement, officers shouting commands, the heavy breath of adrenaline all fill the scene. Drop the hammer! But Burke does not stop. The pursuit winds between houses, past fences, over gravel driveways. Residents peek from windows, alarmed by the commotion outside. The hammer remains in Burke's grip the entire way. Finally, in a clearing, behind a row of houses, Burke turns. He stops running, his chest heaves, his eyes fix on the officers closing in. Slowly, he raises the hammer, tightening his stance. The body cam captures the unmistakable shift. This is not surrender. This is defiance. Burke takes a fighting posture, hammer raised, his body squared toward the officers. He shouts, threats, words laced with anger and desperation. Officers keep their distance, weapons drawn but restrained, shouting again and again for him to drop the hammer. The commands are ignored. In these seconds, tension is razor sharp. The hammer is a deadly weapon. Officers know he can close the distance in a heartbeat. Lethal force authorization is clear, but they try something else. From the side, one officer calls out. He raises a launcher, a less lethal option. With a sharp pop, a round is fired. It strikes Burke. He stumbles, caught off guard. The hammer falls from his grip, clattering onto the ground. Instantly, officers surge forward. Get on the ground, hands behind your back. Burke resists for a moment, then collapses under the weight of officers securing his arms. Cuffs snap into place. The pursuit is over. Burke is checked for injuries on scene. Burlington Fire arrives, medics moving quickly. Within hours, Burke is transported to the Northwest Correctional Facility. Bail is set at $25,000. His charges include attempted aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, grossly negligent operation, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, leaving the scene of an accident, eluding police while operating negligently, and impeding a public officer. The footage tells its own story, a domestic call spiraling into a high-speed pursuit, a suspect willing to risk lives at every turn, a hammer raised in defiance, a tactical decision to use less lethal force instead of a firearm, a dangerous man taken into custody alive. In the end, Thomas Burke's choices left multiple victims' drivers whose cars were destroyed in the collision, bystanders who witnessed chaos, officers placed in harm's way, and a city reminded of the thin line between safety and danger. The footage fades with flashing lights reflecting off rain-slicked streets, sirens fading into the distance. The narrator's voice closes. For Burlington police, what began as a call for a domestic assault quickly became a high-speed pursuit, a dangerous confrontation, and an armed standoff. This is the reality of policing, where a single call can escalate in seconds.